Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel and welcome back to Taheton County. We're over here at the winery because we have actually finally bought it. We've been doing quite a bit of work behind the scenes. Unfortunately, putting this barn in may not have been the smartest decision, but it still works. It just kind of has covered up some of the vines. Just like everything else it seems right now, these are all ready to harvest. Which, yeah, I know, is surprising to me as well. I wasn't expecting that. Especially, constantly driving past, not seeing anything growing. Let's get the lights turned off here. We'll just park over here to the side. We installed these bollards here after we purchased it, along with these lights out front, because there wasn't a lot of lighting out here. And also, with these bollards here, it keeps people from hitting these posts and, causing major damage. Big surprise there. We also built this barn here, this shed. I love this particular shed pack, to be completely honest with you guys. We also had this installed, or built, along with that. So this actually is going to be where we process our grapes into, well, grape juice, essentially. And we do have extra storage for the grapes in the event that we actually harvest enough that we fill this up. So let's check out some of the newer equipment that we've recently gotten. We do have... Come on, open the door, please. Thank you. Let's... Is that the switch for the lights, or is it over here? Oh, it's that button. So as you can see, it unfortunately did not delete any of the grapes, any of the vines, as much as I tried. So now we have grapes growing inside here, which is fine. We don't need this entire space anyway. And it kind of works out, at least in my opinion, to our benefit, because we can use this, treat it like part of the tour where they can come in, see the equipment that we use to harvest and deal with our grapes. Actually, do I have room in there? I don't think I do. Not much. Yeah, we'll just keep this over here. And they can, especially if it's crappy weather, they can get a close-up view of the grapes and kind of take some samples home with them, to be completely honest. Ooh, one of my workers is blocked by an object. Let's take a quick look here. Oh, he's working in this field? That explains it. In a moment, though, while I get this addressed. This is what I was referring to when I said that I don't like the way some of these are done. So what I'm going to do real quick, actually, we're going to come in here, and even though I don't own this particular farm, we're going to do this anyway because I just don't like this. Yeah, we're going to do that. A little bit on each side. And then we're going to come in here. It's not really rounding it off, is it? But I want to make sure that we don't have to worry about this, and that if we do since I did just start this particular one with the courseplay, I will redo the courseplay and hope that he will go around this. Then we're just going to do... It's not the greatest, I know, but he's just coming in here to plow it up anyway. If we were harvesting it would be a little bit different, but we're not, so I don't care. So like I said, we're going to come back down here and we're going to get this fixed. We're going to restart him and hope that we can actually do it. So one of the newer things you guys are going to see above the speedometer over here is something about oil and oil changes. This is a new mod that just recently came into the mod hub. Yeah, somewhere in here. Actually, you know what? Where is that entry point? There it is. So we're going to have him stop right here. Let's redo this course. So you can see that where I put that grassland around that wire tower is not part of it anymore. That makes me happy. So we can go back. This is one of the newer tractors that we've gotten. It's a little finicky, in my opinion, because it's not a very smooth. It likes to jump between gears as it's going. So that's our lawnmower. Oh, I forgot to open that. We had it closed because it was pouring down rain. I do have 2 harvesters now, by the way, and they're both going. That's one of our newer, older trucks. Bought this used, and it was abused. So we put money into getting it fixed up. We do have 2 header trailers as well, because we have, well, one here, but the other one is on that harvester. So that's our current corn harvester at the moment. We got this because we were working on the road, trying to get things smoothed out. Didn't quite work out the greatest, in my opinion. So there are still spots that are kind of iffy. Oh, same deal with this one. So because we got the new to us, that's the one I want. Harvester, we got a new set of trailers, which one of these holds more than the other trailer that we had. But I figured at the same time, with some of these bigger lands that we have, we're gonna need it. And this is the 1455 with a nice beacon, or light bar that on the top here. I do like that, and I wish more equipment had that particular light bar available. There are a couple others that are very blinding that I'm not a fan of. But anyway, we are over here, back over here. I want you to close. There we go. Because you're in my way. There we go. So I could use a regular tractor, but I wanted to make sure we had at least a thin tractor over here so we can get in between the rows and everything. But that's about it. I'm not going to worry about harvesting these guys up here. It is what it is. But we're going to start over here. I didn't even have to plant these. I thought I was going to have to, because I just wasn't seeing anything growing. But apparently it's one of those deals that you have to own the property and, you know, be able to do it. Get it set up yourself. This is our beast. our Colossus. Now, I've never done grapes or olive harvest at all, so I'm still very new at it. But as you can see here at the bottom right, I was starting to talk about earlier, is basically it's set up to where every 5 hours, working hours that is. Am I getting this in? It's just really weird to me for this. Oh, that's a camera that makes it a lot easier. But yeah, I've never done this before. No, look, I'm right there. Oh, if only that camera was actually moving when I move. That'd be like, you know, it was this view, but showing in there. We are collecting grapes, 5 bushels. But yeah, as far as the oil goes, you'll see that current oil will be moving. Now, I have noticed that when it hits that 5-hour mark, it will shut your vehicle down. So you will have to get oil put back into it, basically like an oil change. But it basically treats it like it's draining oil in a way. Is the way it kind of seems to work out for me. Which isn't a bad thing. Because we are kind of restricted as far as how the gameplay goes, so trying to make sure I'm doing every other one here. Yeah, this is actually working out pretty well. I don't know why I haven't done grapes before. Other than it seems to be a little bit more of a headache to get in between everything and whatnot, but yeah, I kind of wanted to have this particular farm vineyard deal set up a little kind of more so with Kubota equipment than anything, just for a change. No real reason, other than that. I'm not trying to say Kubota's any better than anything else or any worse. Just it's a piece of equipment in the game, and I do like the equipment. Clearly it's orange. Orange is one of my favorite colors. Well, and flavors. I do like oranges very much as well. But wow, that was a random sneeze. I also noticed that one of our pieces of equipment out there that's on either a harvester or one of our plows got stuck, but apparently they figured it out, so kudos to them. Yeah, I am kind of doing an every other one setup here just because of the turning radius on this. But I'm curious, because I haven't harvested grapes before. Oh, ever. No, I do love grapes as well. I have no idea what kind of profits we're going to be looking at. And it's going to be a little different because, like I mentioned, we do have it set up to where we're going to be taking this and processing this straight into juice. So I have no idea if that should help our profit, but I just don't know. Part of me wants to see if we get a full load, if there's enough for us to get another full load, and so that way we can kind of sell grapes directly. or so we can kind of see if what kind of difference there is between selling as grapes or selling as juice. It's kind of a big experiment for me right now. But like I said, we are partnered with the wineries. And you hear wineries and you immediately assume alcohol, which I would love, but this is unfortunately a game that doesn't really do that for obvious reasons. I know my camera angles are a little iffy, but considering what I'm trying to do here and with this unique piece of equipment, not pieces, well, it depends on if I hit things hard enough. It might be pieces. Yeah. That's why I'm doing an outside view. Even if I had my Trek IR running, I think I'd be more in that middle center view over where the vine goes through the machine. Just because that would help me maneuver a little bit better. Now, to be fair and be completely honest with you guys, with this, I did kind of cheat the system a little bit. And I had it, and I set the fields to be ready to harvest because we're in on October 3rd of year 1. So I did take a look to see time frame for grapes up here. And we are towards the end of the harvest season for grapes. So I felt it appropriate that since we just recently purchased, that maybe the previous owners just kind of did whatever and they were kind of trying to get them to grow, but they're just looking at wanting to get rid of the property. And they figured, you know, at the very least, put some time and effort into getting the grapes to grow. Maybe that'll help someone want to purchase said property. I don't know. That's kind of partially what I was thinking when I made the change. But I didn't want to do... I wanted the growing season or setup to be in line with the growing season. Now, if we were outside of, or if we were past the harvest season, I would have just left it as is and then dealt with it in the spring when we can get things ready to go. But I just wasn't sure exactly if these were set up for us to actually be used or if they were just for looks. Because it seemed like every time I've gone through or gone past, regardless of the gameplay, they just look like sticks sitting there. So but now that we got this going properly, we'll be able to deal with this properly. But thankfully, we're getting this harvest along with our other harvests handled and out of the way. Now, I did do some other harvesting. We harvested 136. Down here, we harvested 88. And then when we got those two done, I did 87. Now that harvester is over here on 124. When this harvester is done with 125, we're going to bring him back here to do this one, and then we're going to transition him over to soybeans. Now, these are two different soybeans. The lighter color for like 124 and 87 is the narrow soybeans. And just because I don't want to run the risk of that's interesting. I have no idea what that's about. Since I didn't want to run the risk of trying to, force regular soybeans in with narrow or vice versa, I just went ahead and I'm doing 124 and 87, the narrow ones, by themselves. We're going to get everything emptied out and then focus on the regular. So that's kind of what I'm thinking with that. But we have... Let's see here. We have until basically the end of November. for the soybeans, and then corn we have all the way through January to harvest that, apparently. But the grapes we have until the end of October before they start going bad on us. So I do want to make sure that we get these guys off the field, or technically off the vine. So I did put some of the changes are the 5-pin bollards up front. Woo! Yeehaw! And I just kind of did that just because, you know, it's a vineyard. You don't want people getting into your garden or, well, into your vine. Yeah, vineyards. Wow, my mind's going every which way then correct. But I figured it would be beneficial just to... Ooh, you just barely missed that. I just thought it would be beneficial, kind of keep people from getting onto the property in the closed hours that don't need to be here. We want to raise a very good, healthy crop. Now, just like, you know, regular fields, this is a little bit more special, but just because of the fact that you only have so much room for these. Granted, for regular crops, it's the same deal, but I'm curious. Nope, I don't think it did anything. It's kind of odd that they didn't really give us much of an option to get over here. Yeah, we got the bollards up. We put lights everywhere. Got the 3 buildings. We even put lights around the actual winery building itself, so... It didn't show any indication that the winery building itself, this one here on the right, had anything as far as me getting stuck here. Had anything in particular as far as being able to do the productions. So that's why I went ahead and built the other one. And I seem to be having more struggle up here than I did anywhere else. And this one, because of the turning radius, I think we're going to do every third. Or try to, anyway. There's not much out front here, but at least we have room on the ends. Yeah, every third seems to be a little bit better, at least with this particular... with this Colossus. And I went with the Colossus because go big or go home, right? I was just a little tight on space. I didn't want to risk hitting that building. Yeah, we're definitely not even going to come close to filling up a trailer. I know, I almost probably could have gotten away with the harvester that I could attach to a tractor. There we go. I think I just barely nicked that building. Dang it. At least I'm part owner of it now. good thing too, because it means I'm doing all the maintenance. Sorry, I'm just kind of focused on what's going on. And all right. So far, I'm not seeing any notifications from any of my helpers. Like I said, I have 2 guys out in the fields doing plowing work, doing plowing contracts, and then the 2 harvesters running. So I have 4 helpers out there. And because I haven't done grapes before at all, like I've mentioned many times already, sorry, I wanted to come in here and get hands-on and do it myself. And it's definitely taken a little bit more of my concentration than anything else I've ever done in this game. Now, granted, you know, dealing with the prep work of the ground and all of that is probably going to take just as much, but maybe the equipment for that will be just as forgiving as this thing is. And we're doing our last roundabouts. So as we finish up here, I do want to say that I appreciate each and every one of you that come out and watch my videos. Especially when you make it, you know, towards the end of each video. I do see it in my reports of your guys' watch times. So I know a lot of you tend not to watch more than a couple minutes, and it kind of stinks, but it is what it is. I can't force you guys, but at least want to appreciate those of you that at least make an attempt to watch my videos. If there's something I can do to help make my videos better and more entertaining for you guys to watch, I can definitely do that. But I really just try to kind of get in here and kind of let you guys know what I'm doing, what my thought process is, and kind of what my plans are and all that stuff, and just kind of talk to you a little bit about certain things. It may not even be farm sim related. Ooh, field 108 is 60% complete. That is one of our contracts that we're working on. Alright, so we got almost 134 bushels of grapes, which probably won't be that much for us. Oh, hold up. Look at that axle. You got this one raised up all the way up there. You got this one dropped down. I never realized that. Even on the front. That's awesome. That's got to be to keep the equipment so it's not leaning into the... I'm sorry, I just noticed that just coming over here. I feel like I have another sneeze coming on, so I apologize. It's not even worth using that. We're gonna just dump this direct in. Though this is definitely making me want to get more land and make more vineyards. So I think that's gonna be the future of Taheton County, is expanding the winery. I think what that's going to entail, sorry, I'm dealing with an itchy nose, is probably buying either 117 or 121, which I've never gotten onto 121. But either buy one or both of them and make those grapes. I'm feeling it'd be Actually, 116 looks like it might be better suited just because of how straight everything is. This one, I think we'll have to do some straightening of these edge lines to make it worth my while, so it doesn't be too crazy, if that makes sense. But yeah. All right, so now that we dumped those, let's come over here. Yeah, we have 133 bushels. And I think what we're gonna do is make grapes. I don't need to turn on automatic irrigation because why? Either way, I don't wanna be a part of it. Can I just get some space? I don't have the heart for this. I can't be picking up the pieces, fixing scars from this. Is this an argument or just? Yeah, we'll just store it for right now. Because I think what I'll do is if it gets too if it gets too full, we'll just take it over to our farm. Yeah, we'll just take it over to our farm where we have that building out front, and we'll just put it in there to sell for everyone that comes by. That'll be what I believe we will do with that. At least until we start expanding this operation. Let me go get this other trailer. And while I do that, we're going to call a video there. So as always, guys, if you happen to like what you see, catch yourself. Not sure what I was trying to say call, but if you catch yourself watching more than one of my videos, please do us both a favor and hit that subscribe button and ring that bell. Because as you all know, that bell will let you be notified of every single video I post and not just select you here and there. Can I back this all the way back in? I do want to take the time, as I said before, and thank each and every single one of you for making it this far in the video. I hope each and every single one of you, even those of you who haven't made it this far and went to the next video, I do want to wish those guys as well a very happy and wonderful day. And we will catch you guys in the next episode. So take care. Peace.
Take me back to a day when we weren't alone. Take me back to an age when the world felt small. Way back before we blew it all.